Hi friends, it's Ashley and welcome back to the channel. So today's video we are going to be looking at January YA fantasy releases. And so the time of filming this video, it's Sunday, December 28th, but by the time this video goes up, we'll be in January, so Happy New Year. And so today I have 7 YA fantasy books to share with you, and as usual, we're going to be talking about these in order of release date from soonest to latest. Book number 1 comes out on January 4th, and it's The Swan's Daughter by Roshani Chokshi. And this one is a standalone with fairy tale vibes. And this one is dual perspectives, with one of our main characters being Prince Eris. And his parents end up announcing a tournament to win his hand in marriage because as a result of a poorly worded wish to a sea witch, all someone needs to rule his kingdom is the heart and hand of the kingdom's heir. And this has been taken literally, which means that marriage could be a death sentence for Prince Eris, so he has to be very careful who he chooses to wed. And so this is where our second main character comes in, Damsella. And Damsella is a Veritas Swan, which means her songs can make people tell the truth. And because of what she is, she has been forced into hiding, so her and Prince Eris end up making a deal that in exchange for him providing her sanctuary, she will use her powers to sort through his potential brides. And so our story goes from there. Book number 2 comes out on January 6th, and it's Dragon Curse by Elise Kova. So this one was actually supposed to come out last year, and it was on my most anticipated YA fantasy books for last year, but it got pushed back to 2026. This one is a standalone. It takes place in a world that has been taken over by dragons, and so there's only one human city left standing. And to make matters worse, there is also this curse called being Dragon Curse, where you are slowly turned into a dragon and become a mindless beast. And so our main female character in this book might possibly be dragon cursed. And so we're following her as she's trying to navigate this. And there is also another person who might be on to her secrets. And that is Lucan, who is her shadow, who follows her everywhere, who is part protector, part tormentor. And it seems like he is going to be our love interest. Book number 3 comes out on January 13th, and it's a Barista's Guide to Love and Larceny by Bonin. And this one is a cozy fantasy romance. And this one follows our main character, Dani, who has a secret magical ability, which is that she can read minds. And she ends up being accepted into her dream magic university. But her standing there is threatened when one of her professors discovers her secret ability. And she is terrified because the reason that she kept it a secret was because her parents used to take advantage of it, and so she doesn't want anyone else to do that. But it turns out that the professor just wants to pay Dani to investigate this new dreaming drug that seems to have horrible side effects. And at first, Dani is hesitant to agree to take this job, but she also needs the money, so she does end up accepting it. And also add to that there is a cute new coworker named Cass, who is a mage at her cafe job that Dani is starting to fall for. Book number 4 also comes out on January 13th, and it's Love Me to Death by Toonimated, and this is volume 1 of a graphic novel that started off as a popular webtoon. And this one just looks and sounds really cute, and it is about a love triangle between a necromancer, a resurrected bride, and her very much alive groom. And this one takes place in a world where necromancy has been banned for 100 years. And so because of this, our main character, Victor, who is a necromancer, him and his one-eyed cat are always on the run and have to live a very discreet life. But everything changes when he is hired by one of the wealthiest citizens in the city to resurrect their dead bride. But in order to bring the bride back to life, Victor has to perform an ancient magical ritual that will bind him to the bride forever. And so after he brings the bride back to life, he finds himself stuck in the middle between the bride and the groom. And so this one just sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun and really cute. Book number 5 also comes out on January 13th, and it's Red and the Wolves by Zong. And this one is also a graphic novel. And this one is a dark retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, where Red, a hunter protecting her witch grandmother, discovers dark secrets when she meets an injured wolf girl in a monster-plagued forest. Book number 6 comes out on January 20th, and it's A Wild Radiance by Maria Ingrande Mora. So our main character in this one is Josephine, and she attends a school for children who wield Radiance, which is electricity-like power. And she has always had a problem following the rules at the school. Like, she's tried to do so, but just can't. And one of the core rules of the school is don't form attachments, but Josephine has always had volatile emotions, and so she just hasn't been able to follow this rule. And so upon graduating the school, she is banished from the city and sent to like a remote town for a mission. So pretty much they're just trying to get rid of her. And so in this new town, she has to work under Julian, who is a former golden boy of her school and who seems determined to watch her fail. And then also there's Ezra, who is a flirtatious stranger who is a little too curious about things. And also, on top of all that, there's also a deadly disease that is spreading across the countryside. And so while Josephine is dealing with all that, she's also learning new things and coming to question exactly what she was taught at the school. Book number 7, and the final book on this list, also comes out on January 20th, and it's If All the Stars Go Dark by S.G. Prince. And this one is an intergalactic enemies to lovers romance where tensions are high but the stakes are higher. So this one follows 18-year-old Keller, whose dreams become true when he is recruited into the Legion's most prestigious galactic unit. And so he is ready to prove himself, but there's one problem, and that is his new partner, the beautiful, no-nonsense pilot Lament Bringer, who wants nothing to do with him. Keller and his partner end up teaming up with a crew of specialists to investigate a mysterious visionary who is able to predict catastrophes. However, as they investigate, they begin to learn that there is more to the story than meets the eye, and they end up uncovering some secrets. And in order to ultimately accomplish their mission and deal with everything that they are uncovering, the two are going to have to learn to trust each other. Alright, so those are 7 books coming out this January. Let me know down below if any of them caught your eye. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!